Well, what's up guys, welcome back to another video here at GCSE, and today we'll be going through bearings. Please like and subscribe, and I promise you, it is this easy. Our learning outcomes for today is to understand the concept of bearings and how to find them using a protractor, along with drawing the lines necessary. It is also to solve bearing exam questions and to use our knowledge of angles. So, what is a bearing? In maths, a bearing is the angle in degrees measured clockwise from a north line. Bearings are usually given as a three-figure bearing. For example, 30 degrees clockwise from the north line is usually written as 030. In this lesson, we will focus on solving bearing exam questions, how to use a compass, and understand how to get a bearing. So as we stated before, a bearing is an angle that is measured in degrees clockwise from a north line. If the angle is a 2-digit number, you must place a 0 in front of bearings are done as 3 digits. Remember, you must always start from the north line if you are given another point. As you can see, this blue line what I've drawn is the north line, and you write an N above it to show that is the north. Here, angle C from A would be bigger than angle B from A, because you always measure clockwise. If the angle is obtuse, over 180 degrees, you can also use 360 minus the anti-clockwise angle to find the clockwise angle. What I mean by this is, say we have an angle here, and we want to find out from point A to say point D. What we can do instead of going all the way around is we can go backwards, find this angle, 360 minus this anti-clockwise angle to get our clockwise angle. With bearing questions, you'll either be given the angles to work out mathematically, or you'll have to use a compass to draw it. So some questions, you may be given the angles, you just got to work it out in your head, but other questions you'll have to draw the lines in and work out the angles by using a protractor and a compass. Now it's time to have a go at some Math Genie exam questions. Have a go, pause the video, and unpause when you've done. One thing I must say before we start, say with our second question here, and some other questions what we'll do later on, I advise you to go to Math Genie, print the question off, then have a go at the question, because some of them you will have to draw, and it's better you get the practice ready for your exam. But for our first question here, we only have to use our maths in our head. So to begin with, question 1 says, write down the bearing of B from P. We're already given this in the question. So first, we look at P, our north line here, and then we look at B. And we can clearly see we're already given it, so we just need to read. So it's just 120 degrees. We then have to work out the bearing of A from P. So remember, we'd have to go clockwise all the way and add 120 to whatever this is. Or we can do what I said before. We know our anti-clockwise angle of 90, and we do 360 minus 90 to give us our angle of 270. In our second question, it says the accurate scale drawing shows the position of boat A and boat B. Boat C is on a bearing of 65 degrees from A, and boat C is on a bearing of 315 from B. On the diagram, mark with a cross, X, the position of boat C on the diagram. So here, this is what I would say we'd have to draw. So first, we draw a line, as this angle here is 65 degrees from A, and we draw another one, 315 from B. Here, where it intercepts, we'd put across and put, that is our C. And that is how you get the marks for that question. If you have to draw a bearing question, these questions will always require you to use a protractor to work out the missing angles. And some of these questions will ask you to draw lines with a scale factor. For example, you may get asked about a question, which is about a bearing from a place to a place, such as London to Manchester. And the kilometres it would be in the real life journey is put into a scale for you to draw onto the piece of paper. So say, if I had 5 centimetres, what represented 2.5 kilometres, what does 15 centimetres represent? So 15 divided by 5 is 3, so we do 2.5 times 3. So 15 centimetres would represent 7.5 kilometres. Here is another example for you to have a go at, and I would advise printing this one out. Have a go, pause the video, and unpause when you've done. So, the question says that accurate scale drawing shows the positions of point A and point B. Point C is 8 centimetres from point A at a bearing of 70 degrees. Part A of the question says find the distance from B to C. And part B of the question says find the bearing of C from B. So to begin with, let's answer our first question. So we're drawing a line, which is at 70 degrees, and we measure on our ruler 8 centimetres. Now, we then draw another line from point B to the end of the line, which would where C would be, and we can measure that to be 22 degrees with a protractor. We then label that point C. Now, what we use is our ruler to measure from point B to C, which gives us 5.2 centimetres. This is why I would say, print the question out, go to Maths Genie, and have a go yourself, because I can't accurately represent 5.2 centimetres on the screen. For part B of the question, we're asked to find the bearing of C from B, and we've already done that by using the protractor, and we can obviously see that it's 22. But you got to put a 0 in front, because it's a 2-digit number, so you'd write 0, 2, 2. Now it's time to have a go at some of the hardest exam questions you're probably asked on bearings. Have a go, pause the video, and unpause when you're done. So, in our first question, it says Oxford is on a bearing of 330 degrees from Cambridge. Find the bearing of Cambridge from Oxford. So, if you know some geography, it does help answering these sort of questions, because they kind of use some common sense. So, in our second question, Liverpool is above London. So, for this one, some of you may not know, but some of you may know, that Cambridge is below Oxford in the map of the UK. So, but if you didn't know that, it says 330 from Cambridge. So we know the angle must be facing upwards, anti-clockwise of 30 degrees, as we've gone round 330 clockwise. So, we'd write that there, we're 330 clockwise, label that Cambridge, meaning Oxford is above from 30 degrees. Meaning, if we want to go from Oxford to Cambridge, we'd have to go down 150 degrees, as angles on a straight line sum to 180. Now, we just write 180 minus 30 equals 150. So our final answer, the bearing of Cambridge from Oxford would be 150 degrees. In our second question, it says the bearing of London from Liverpool is 130 degrees. Find the bearing of Liverpool from London. Now, as I stated before, Liverpool is above London, but in the question it says Liverpool is 130, meaning we are pointing down, meaning London's got to be below anyway. So we'll label that Liverpool, label that London, label the angle here as 130 as we're going down, and we do 180 minus 130 gives the answer of 50, meaning angles around a point sum to 360, so do 360 minus 50 equals 310, and that is our bearing of Liverpool from London, meaning our final answer is 310. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of today's lesson. And as I say, it was that easy. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.